We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show. Chris Archer will be on the mound for the series opener. Dan, any thoughts?
Chris Archer, one of the premier pitchers in baseball. When he's good, he's nearly unhittable. Great fastball with movement. Slider probably his best pitch, and the changeup has been much better recently. If Chris Archer brings his A game, it's going to be a long night for the hitters.
Well, guys, as we look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every ball game. So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side.
Well, too much bite on the breaking ball that time as it's well off the outside. Full count, 3-2.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more afraid of the guy on deck than the guy that's up right now. If I'm on the mound, I want this guy up right now. He's the guy that's got to beat me.
Fielded cleanly. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second. So striding forward now, Sean McCann comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
The 1-0 home. Drilled right back up the middle, and that'll get on by into center field for a leadoff single.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
Stepping up now, Jalen Miller, and he's got runners at the corners here with only one gone. Ready with the 0-1. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. McCutchen going back, still going back. Into the bleachers and gone.
Hey, every once in a while, the speed guy will jump up and bite one. He absolutely crushed that baseball. Doesn't fit his usual tool description, but he can go.
Ready for another shot now, Sean McCann. He singled his last time up.
Hey, lucky 10 up there, kid, huh?
From the stretch. And that misses for ball 1.
Hey, let's go, kid. Here we go.
Now the 1-0.
Ball 2.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
The 2-0.
Ball, that's outside.
This is a spot you like to be in as a good hitter. Runners in scoring position and count leverage in your favor.
3-0 pitch. Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate that swung on and hit out to deep left field, and this one's not coming back. This is a long home run. A 3-run shot down the line in left. 7 home runs for him on the year now. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but you can't throw that pitch to that guy. Don't forget, he homered yesterday, so you know.
So coming to the plate, Sean McCann.
The last at-bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Awesome execution right there. Great pitcher's pitch and an excellent job to get ahead in a tough spot.
Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1.
He's already walked 2 in this inning already. This guy just can't seem to find the strike zone.
Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
Now a half swing, but it's strike 3 anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2. At the plate, Sean McCann. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
The 1-0 pitch. That's by him for strike one.
Don't expect too many more high fastballs in this one. He is known for his sinker, keeping the ball on the ground.
And he lays off this one down and in for ball two. Anderson on at first, nobody out. Got him to go down after that one. It's 2-2.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
Still 2-2.
Hey, let her rip, let her rip.
From the stretch. Tried to fool him with the changeup, but he won't offer at it. 3-2. Ryan McMahon waits on deck. Hit hard on the ground to second. And that's in there for a base hit, his third hit of the game. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
You think he's not?
Digging in and looking for more, Sean McCann. It's been a nice game for him. 3 hits, including a homer to this point. A ball and no strikes.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
Fastball catches the black there for a called strike. Two and one.
Hey, you can do it. No
runner in scoring position at second with 2 down.
Nope,
3-1.
You know, I kind of see why his ERA is so high coming into this one. He's just putting these guys in too many good hitters counts. That'll catch up with you real quick.
Out of the stretch, here's his 3-1 home.
Come on now, one time right here.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Cubs are down to their final out now, and that'll bring up one of the better clutch hitters on the landscape, David Bodie. Now a swing and a fly ball, and this should do it, and that'll get down for a base hit. 10-0, the final shutout score in this one. The Fish put a 10 spot on the. We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League Baseball. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store. Jose Quintana, the Colombian native, gets the call to start this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, thanks, Matt. Lefty Jose Quintana taking the bump right now. Really like this guy. Not overpowering, but great command of the fastball. And he does something a lot of lefties don't do. He'll come in with that fastball to righties. 3-pitch guy. Fastball, curveball, changeup. Throws all 3 for strikes. Not an overpowering guy, but he is really a control artist.
Now at the plate, Ian Happ. And a great chance here for the Cubbies to add on in just the first inning. The 0-1 in the air out toward right field. Catch will be made here. Tagging is the runner from third. The throw is wild, and it gets away. And now the runner will score from third on the air. Up next from Miami, Sean McCann. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
McCann.
Here's the first pitch to him. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. Into the bleachers and gone.
Well, he hit a homer last night, too, so it's obvious that he's in a groove right now. My advice to this staff, don't give him anything he can extend his arms on. You do? And
So digging in now, Jason Hayward. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Jason Hayward.
Now here's the ball hit high and deep to straightaway right field. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. All set for the start of the inning, so striding in, Sean McCann.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Daddy, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton. He didn't hit it a country mile.
Oh, and while we talked, that pitch got away and ended up hitting him, so he'll head down to first on the hit-by-pitch. Here's Ryan McMahon now. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far.
Ryan McMahon.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. This is driven to right, and no doubt about it, that one's way out of here.
Until this guy cranked one out.
Sean McCann will stride in again, and before he takes his cuts here, let's flash you back to the 3rd inning. This was just a solo shot, but it definitely helped get this offense going.
Come on, guy, get your pitch up there.
From the stretch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Catch made out there in center field as the runner will tag from second. And he'll make it up to third safely here with 1 away. Digging in to try it again, Sean McCann. There are 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run at first. Popped him up. VR calls for it. And that ends the inning. Every game has its offensive stars, and in this one, he arguably. So we're going to see a pinch hitter here with the bases empty and 1 gone in the inning.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Marlins. Number 3, Sean McCann.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. He'll come into play right at 340. 8 home runs and 17 RBIs. Fastball well outside. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there.
Oh, your pitch. Drive it deep, huh? Here you go.
The 1-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. The count.
Hey, come on now. 1 time. Right here.
Hey!
Out into right center. Well hit.
Round it.
He's through first and hustling for second. Arms pumping. He's hustling for third. And he'll make it to third safely, so your tying run is 90 feet away with only 1 gone.
Of course they feel good about the triple, but I know how managers thinking. He's in the dugout wishing that triple would have come when some guys were on base. They've left a lot of guys out there in this one. We'll see if his teammate can bring him home.
Number 2, Tom Murphy.
This one's flared off to the right side. And that will fall as he comes through off the bench. It's a base hit. He's safe at the plate. And we are tied here in the 8th.
You know, guys in the bullpen, I don't think it.
The catcher, number 3, Sean McCann.
Don't be afraid. Let it fly 1 time.
In now, Sean McCann, as he'll take a breaking ball then off the plate for ball 1. He found his way over to third via a triple in his first at-bat. And he watches one miss outside, 2-0 now.
Pretty easy takes to start out this at-bat. None of those pitches were even close to the strike zone.
Much too quick on the trigger there. It's 2-1.
Boy, what a time to pull the string on him. On 2-0, there's no way anyone's thinking changeup. So if you can locate it, that's pretty much unhittable.
3-1 to him now.
I'll pick one out.
Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4. 5-3, the final score in this afternoon's game. Afternoon baseball here on the show. Ought to be a good one here between the Steven Matz, a left-hander from New York State, is the starter on the mound. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that he's a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty bad at times. But it'll be interesting to see which one we see. He's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more Jekyll than Hyde in this one here today.
And set up working the plate is Larry Bullard as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
Hey, D-Row, Larry Bullard, he's pretty much right down the middle. You see very few managers and players getting into very many confrontations with Larry.
Yeah, Larry lays in the weeds, Dan. Doesn't try and make it about him, and that's what the players love. He's got a pretty consistent strike zone, and he's approachable.
Hard on the ground toward short. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And the recovery won't be in time as he'll beat the throw to first.
Man, errors are never welcome. But to make one with 2 outs into first is especially painful. Now your pitcher has to make extra throws.
Nothing and nothing pitch. Pitch inside. The throw is not in time as he just gets in ahead. Leading off the inning, Sean McCann. And they'll need him to get something going here.
McCann.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Hey, you got it. No one better. Let's go.
Popped him up. Reed over to his left. 1 away. Digging in once again, Sean McCann. And Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
Oh, no doubt about that, Mac. That was a really rocky frame, but clearly not enough to chase him from this game. We'll see if he's still shaking a bit or if he's able to put this behind him.
Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees, 1-1. Now a swing, and this ball is crushed straight away center field. Into the bleachers and gone.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell my pitchers to work around this guy. I mean, he's hit 3 home runs against them in this series. What more do they need to see? 4, 5? Jeez, enough is enough.
Bottom of the 6th inning now. The next Cub up, Ildemaro Vargas. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Fly ball out to straightaway right field. Long run for the right fielder, but he won't get to it, and this should put him in scoring position to start the inning. And the Cubs could be onto something here. It's a leadoff double.
Wow, the pitcher must be just shaking his head. That pitch wasn't anywhere near the strike zone, but he gave...
Leading off the inning, Sean McCann, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast? They could certainly use that right now.
And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1.
Right guy, right spot. This is one of the better hitters in their lineup. Just the guy they want to see coming up now to get this inning going.
And it's 1-2. Mills, 30 years of age. He was taken in the 22nd round during the first-year player draft of 2012.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted.
Now batting, Sean McCann. He'll look to bounce back after striking out. Sliced hard on the ground. Throw on to first will be in time, and the Marlins are now down to their final out of the game. 7-5, how today's comes to an end. The Cubbies earn the win, although in sloppy fashion.